the Amazon product launch. Weeks 1 to 4, you're launching campaigns, getting orders, etc., gaining momentum. Weeks 5 to 12, you start expanding, video ads, sponsor brand ads, etc. But what if your ACoS is too high, or you're getting clicks but no sales? This is when most people panic and start killing their campaigns. They pause them, they archive them, etc. But the right move is to troubleshoot calmly and fix the real issue without breaking your momentum, which is the key for the launch. No impressions. What do you check first? Why is this campaign not getting impressions? What is the core issue? Most of the time it's either a bid issue or an algorithm trust issue. And like I explained in a previous video, algorithm trust issue is a correlation of your bid and your CPC. So if you're bidding $3 and you're getting a cost per click of say 2, so this is a major difference. So it means the algorithm does not trust you enough to fully charge whatever your bid is $3 and give you this that prime real estate such as top of search, rest of search, and so on. So it likes to put you at like product pages placement, which is cheaper, or rest of search, but somewhere on page 3. So there is a trust issue going on. Is your bid high enough, right? So this is basic, but try doubling it temporarily to test. And when you do so, make sure you have your campaign at a relatively low budget of say like $5. That can explode. I've seen cases of campaigns where it's not working, it's not getting sales. Then you keep increasing the bids, and boom, one day it's like $100. So if you had that budget in place, like small budget, that would have. Are your keywords in the title, bullets, or backend and A+ content? Is your price competitive? Pretty important. You want to stay at bottom 10 percentile of products when you launch. Unless you have a premium product, just to get that momentum going. And you also want to add a coupon, just to keep that, keep those orders coming. Keep the orders coming to your product. So what is the issue of like getting clicks and no sales? So it means it's either that you're targeting a wrong keywords, or you have a poor offer, which could be a price or product quality, etc. So again, checklist. Are you targeting the right products? Are you targeting the relevant products? Something where your competitors rank already. Are your competitors offering a better price? Bundles or faster shipping? Maybe you have set up an FBM for your product, but you don't know yet. So check to make sure you have prime shipping. Are your images and content clear, benefit focused on competitive? So don't have images with a bunch of text fields and technicalities. Have a benefit focused on driven image that speaks directly to a customer. So and it tells them this is what this product is going to solve, this is how it's going to help me, this is how it's going to make my life easier. Okay, so what about if your ACoS is too high? I don't want you to rush into pausing anything. Again, it's a launch and we want to keep the momentum flowing. Should you pause or should you adjust? So the thing to understand here is that is this high ACoS coming from campaigns of like keywords generating hundreds of orders, or is it a combination of like one order keywords that's like all over the place? So you don't want to pause anything that's getting you a lot of orders. Like if you filter by high sales velocity, high orders, and it has high ACoS, what I like to call this is like your main sale driving keyword. So be careful, like make small changes, because you got to keep that momentum. So you do lower the bid slowly, especially on these keywords, on the sale driving keywords. You lower the bid very slowly. And for poor performers, you gotta move them to separate low bid campaigns instead of killing them. So, like I like to suggest, you don't want to have single keyword campaigns. So you're not going to move them here. It's a typo. You're just going to keep it sort of dormant, like a low bid of like 50-30 cents, low budget. So it's just there. And remember the sale attribution tag. Anytime you launch campaigns, you get an order, say today, there is a chance that there is that it's going to be 2 orders tomorrow, because this sale sometimes they take some time to show up in Ads Manager. Your search term report, it's a #1 troubleshooting tool. It gives you all the information about your search terms, the sales they gained, the clicks, the orders, the conversion, the ACOS. A couple of filters you want to set up here. First one would be looking at high spend and no sales keywords. So in your case, this is really arbitrary. It could be $50 for you, depending on your product price, or 100. But you gotta select 0 order keywords. So you see, you try to see the search terms first of all, but you also try to see a pattern, like why are they happening. Second one is going to be looking into the same thing, but it's taking into account high clicks. And this is also arbitrary, depending on your product's price. If it's a $10 product, yes, it's 10 clicks, but if it's a $100 product, then sometimes we are looking at least 50 clicks. High ACOS terms, again, don't pause them immediately, especially if they generate high sales, like sale driving keywords. And use this report to guide the scaling. So you're going to guide the scaling. You're going to find the keywords that consistently work, and you're trying to promote them in more match types. So say it was an exact match type. You're going to have this in broad match modified, so it's your broad match type, except with like a plus symbols behind each word, making the campaign more targeted. And you'll also use it for cutting decisions. So anything bleeding, any wasted ad spend, anything with 5 clicks or high spend and 0 orders. So that's going to be your guide. Negative keyword strategy, when and how to use it. So don't overuse negative keywords. Avoid blocking good traffic. So be careful when you're negative phrasing, say like irrelevant keywords, say you're selling a toy. Don't negative phrase a toy, because it's going to stop a lot of this relevant terms coming to your campaigns. And also be careful, like only negative a keyword in the campaign where it failed, don't go ahead and just do it in a whole bunch of campaigns, because again, they all work differently. And negative exact for long tails that waste spent. Pay attention to, sometimes it's called a death by 1,000 cuts, when there's a lot of keywords and they all make a click. They all get clicks and no orders. So you can try and you can negate them, but you could also try to find like maybe a common phrase that you can negate that's gonna stop all of these keywords. But be careful, making sure it's not also blocking your good terms. Bid management mistakes. Do not starve the algorithm. If it's a high order keyword, don't starve it of spend. Keep it going. Don't worry about the SEOs as much as you would on other campaigns with the little orders. Anything with high velocity is what keeps that organic rank, is what keeps the organic sale. So keep that going, and obviously depending on your profitability, but be careful with bid adjustments. Which is the next point. Avoid aggressive bid cuts or daily bid changes. I personally recommend doing this every 3 days. Depending on account size, you'll have 3 days. You'll have your slow moving keywords, and you'll have fast moving keywords. And these ones are getting, like, let's say, at least 1 order a day. So maybe fast moving keywords you optimize more frequently. Maybe at least 2 days. There's no guideline, but slow moving keywords, you gotta give them time to perform, to show themselves, right? And what I said earlier, if cost per click is lower than your bid, this may indicate low trust or just or light competition. So you're probably like overbidding. This could be the case too. lower bits gradually, keep the algorithm learning. Lower sales attribution lag, don't optimize too soon. It takes again 7 days for sponsored products and for up to 14 days for sponsored brands. So what this means, if you are optimizing today based on current data, well, it's very incomplete. So I like to wait at least a day before I optimize any of my sponsored product campaigns. And yeah, give the time to catch up, avoid overreacting. So troubleshooting your launch is more about patience and not taking any extreme measures. Anything with high orders, any campaigns that generate a lot of orders for your business, a lot of momentum, don't go ahead and immediately pause them, archive them. Just gradually reduce these bits. It's about fine tuning. You stay calm, you follow the data, and you avoid breaking your campaigns by over optimizing. And this wraps up the series of product launch. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and drop your questions below. And good luck with your launch, and keep scaling smart.